I guess I put my name up here, right?
You gotta watch what I do, man. You don't
You know what? I don't think there's any film in the camera anyway. My name's Keith. And this guy over here, bald guy, that's Ron. He's running against Donald Trump for the presidency of the world. Right, Ron? Everybody in this room will vote for Ron, right?
You need one?
Well, let's just say this is. Do you want to sit there? Then you don't have to cut your back. Then I can use the back end of this couch with a little bit of a. So, anyways, for those of you who've never been here before, this is SANSU. It's a Surrey area network of substance users. Welcome. At any time, you want to use the washroom, it's down the hall to the left. Help yourself. Okay, there's pizza here. Help yourself. There's water in the tap. Help yourself. The cup or the glasses are above the sink. You know, this is all self-serve stuff. Okay. Now, before we go into any of this, SANSU is for those of you who are new. Rachel in the back has a little membership, questionnaire, and all we ask is some basic information, and nothing to be invasive to your personal stuff. And at the bottom is the important stuff for us, is that what brought you here, and just circle general support and social, all that, education and resources, information counseling, whatever. There's a bunch of stuff, right? So that we can sort of dial into what the needs are. Okay. Myself personally, I was in active addiction for 23 years, and I cleaned up 12 years ago. That's not my gig here. My gig is not to clean up anybody. My gig is here is that if you're going to use dope, do you know what you're using? Are you using it safely? If there's barriers to you wanting to stop, or barriers to, by law, RCMP, you're not being treated fairly or right at health service providers, be it a dentist, doctor, whatever, we need to know about it, right? Because if you go and bitch on your own, they're just going to get out of here, right? But when you belong to an organization and the organization comes to them and says, look, our membership says that you are mistreating our members and it cannot continue, then they listen, okay? And so that's empowering, right? You want a voice? Come here. We'll put it all together. We write it down. We also film our meetings, so if we don't, it's not we don't try to film you. We're filming me, and also hearing the questions that are fired at me or at Ron. Ron is the president of SANSU. I'm the founder of it, but I'm a humble volunteer now. I'm just here to help people, right? For whatever help looks like for you today, great. Like, that pizza tastes pretty good. I'm glad you came. Well, there you go. So that's a bonus in your day, right? And there's more. There's another thing. So agreed that, okay, you go to city cells, right? What do? They itemize your belongings. They put it in a bag with a piece of paper, right? You go to the airport, one check bag, right? And it goes on one carry-on, right? Okay, check. So what I'd like to propose, without knowing he hasn't replied yet, so without knowing their rules or engagement, is to suggest, hey, look, come down with like a receipt book, and it might take you longer, but at least the people think, okay, I have a chance of getting my stuff back. If I get my ass to their collection and in 2 weeks, which is not an unreasonable amount of time, back. They put like a tag on your bag, just like if you go to a dry cleaner. You take your shirts in, right, and they give you a little claim check, right? The claim check, right? You get your shirts. Same idea, right? You get your stuff. They say, okay, let me go check for it. Guy goes into the warehouse checking for whatever, a claim ticket number. Whatever process, they got to be able to do that.
I asked them, this is that quote, okay? One of the biopsies was trying to get.
Real loud.
One of the bylaw officers quoted was saying this to me. They said, we were told that, no, sorry, they told us to be not friendly when we're doing this. And I said, whoa, whoa, who are they?
Yeah.
I wonder who this they are you're talking about. They're telling them you to be unfriendly
Right,
to us.
yeah.
He wouldn't say boo.
Right.
Okay? Because I said, sure, the papers will find out who this they are that are telling you to be unfriendly to us. I go, you guys are civic servants.
Yeah.
That means you put your service to civilians. Now, we lost our
To the taxpayer.
Are we civilians still?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if you're a civilian, you have all the rights of every civilian.
Exactly.
You know?
Okay, so we're suggesting,
Like if a business man got off a plane, right?
we're suggesting, some kind of, claim ticket.
Yeah, it's a short-term solution.
So like sometime, I mean, people have had their, even passports or personal ID, maybe some personal items like a jewelry that's an heirloom that you've held on to forever.
They'll charge us.
Pictures.
They're gonna do this, if they do this, they'll charge us.
I'll tell you what, like, it's gotta happen,
Yeah, I know, but they will.
because it's an infringement on our rights, so guess what, it's gotta happen.
Yeah. And they'll
So,
charge-
what I wanna do is instead of, we dig in the sand on this side of the fence,
Yeah.
they dig in the sand on this side of the fence,
Yeah.
we start launching missiles at each other, nothing gets accomplished, does it?
Nope.
Right? You like that? Yeah, that's pretty funny. But the thing is, okay, so here's the thing. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
Here's bylaw.
Yeah.
And here's SANSU. Okay, so check this out. So bylaw can see this perspective of the problem.
That's right.
Okay? SANSU, with like I said, you don't know their rules over there, sees this type of this part of the problem, right?
That's right.
So one or both, if we go like this, if we do that, then we get a fresh perspective. They take their understanding from here to this point, we take our understanding from this point, and then we'll have at least half of a fucking answer.
You're right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you go, instead of going like this, say, okay, here's the problem. Okay, now we're gonna look at it. Let's look at this.
Right.
So that makes sense, right? So I need to, now I gotta reply a few more, but I wanted to bring this to you, say, look, if you're gonna take our stuff and that's carved in stone, great. It's how you take it is what we're gonna address, okay?
This problem is it's a symptom of another larger problem.
Yeah.
But we need to take care of it, definitely.
Oh, come on in, Maggie.
Oh, me.
This is the problem here. Okay? They
Yeah.
come in, first they send the two working trucks through.
Yeah.
The two working trucks drive through, just like a convoy.
Yeah.
They drive through, they just assess what's going on with the garbage and everything.
Well, of course, they
They
radio.
drive through, they go around,
Yeah.
they go to the next location where the squatters are, they check the park, they check here and there, they check where the main areas are, and then they go back and they go and meet either at the cop shop or
Yeah.
where the bylaw meet up with the cops.
Yeah,
And then, next thing you know, they park at the end of the road over here,
yeah,
one on each side.
I know that.
And then the cops come in and they not only come in and do a drive-by, but sometimes they come in the wrong corner and jump the far side, because it's a two-way, and they jump the far side, hide behind the truck, so they can knock to see what's happening on the road. And now they come in with the bylaw. The bylaw comes in, usually both sides. And they park on both sides, and then the cops go on, and now they play the intimidation. What they do is they take everything they can. I've watched
They
them.
don't want us
grab
warned that
some
they're
of
coming. They
some
don't
of
want
the
us
stuff.
warned.
Okay, they do have a lot of stuff, but the point being, they build these cages over here for the purpose of storing for the homeless. But now they tell me that, oh, but you don't want to get your stuff stolen, so we're going to put some cameras up. It's freaky, the goddamn cameras, you know? You know what? We just want some bad lucks. Put our shit in it in the daytime and pull it on in
Yeah,
the
you're
nighttime.
gonna wait
What
for
we
the
need
cameras?
is the tent, the sleeping bags, whatnot, to squat in the landscape. And then put it back in until the housing program comes through,
Yeah,
so you can be off the street.
right,
But all you need is that to be in that compound over here next door. What they do is they come in they take 3 or 4, they had 5 or 6 bylaws, even probably 7 or 8 bylaws here the last time,
Yeah,
and they had like 10 cops.
yeah,
And what they were doing is they were intimidating Small Paul and Sandra, and they were taking, Paul had his stuff, he's a president, but he had most of it on carts and whatnot, and they were taking, and he was taking the stuff, putting it on, and in the meantime, they were fiddling around with his stuff over here and putting it in the truck. Paul said, "That's my bike parts, what are you doing, man?" While they were doing that, they're going on the cart, and the other guys are taking some off the cart and putting it in the truck. No, you said they should, you suggest letters and invoices of items taken?
yeah,
That they took over there?
yeah.
There's no hope in hell they're gonna take time to write that down. And
Tell you what, with a little bit of pressure from us, there might be something.
They took the bikes,
I
the
know.
brand new bikes that they.
I get that, I get that bit.
And if they run the serial numbers and that's stolen, it's never been claimed stolen, they just
It's
say
okay.
that because they wanna claim the
Yeah.
bike.
That's okay, that end of it, I mean, if it's still, if it's registered as a stolen bike, they gotta do their job, like, you know, whether it's been, you know, they have to take
They say
it.
the guys with shopping carts, they have possession of stolen property.
Sure
If
they
that
do.
store come over and say, "Hey, that's my cart, I want this guy charged with that stolen property, that comes off one of my lots, one of my stores." The owner come over and say, "I want that guy charged?" No, so how can it be stolen property? It's borrowed property.
Okay, let's not argue the finer points.
It's borrowed property, no, not anymore.
Permanently borrowed until you get it back?
The morality is, not anymore that them guys have the right to take that shopping cart with compensated, because it's compensated, throw it in the truck, destroy the shopping cart, that is.
They're not giving the shopping cart back.
Possession of
They're not.
the shopping cart, and they destroy the shopping cart, that's possession and destruction of foreign property. They the ones that.
So they're the one that's destroying the owner's
Private
shopping
property.
carts, they're
That's
not
right.
giving back
They're
to
not
the
giving
same
back.
way
They're blaming the
or
owner.
save on or
That's
whatever.
right, they're blaming the owner, and that is BS.
Oh, yeah, I get your point. The cart belongs to Save on Safeway, whatever it is, but you're telling me that city's hauling the
Car
cart.
bike is open,
and,
and they see paraphernalia in there, they
Yeah.
wanna dump the bag out so they can see what else he's got in there. Oh, you got a knife,
Right.
oh, you got a crossbow, oh, you got a bow and arrow.
We had a shopping cart.
okay,
that-
alright.
We had a
Okay,
shopping
so
cart that's not
we're
belonging to
gonna
anybody.
we're gonna take a stab at this, okay? We're gonna take a stab of if bylaw continues, like, I mean, I've got email trail or whatever started.
Yeah.
If they are gonna continue to take personal belongings, we wanna sit with them and sort of come up with a system of an itemized claim check system where you feel that when they leave, you have 2 weeks to go get your stuff. Versus, okay, it's in the back of the truck and as soon as they turn the corner at the end of the street, my stuff is permanently gone.
Oh, you're
What
right.
was the
Okay, got that?
You're right, they charge you for it.
Okay,
Do they
so
have statutes on this stuff?
stat sheets
Well,
on,
no, statutes, like,
Statutes of
like
limitations?
legislation, like laws
Uh,
on bylaw. Do they have copies of it for us?
well,
I want to
that's,
find out.
that's why I asked them for their rules of engagement, remember?
Right.
I asked for their rules and I still haven't got
I
them
agree
yet.
with the
Once we have their rules and the laws that they have to operate within,
Yeah.
then we can work with those laws and then they have to work with us.
Yeah, it should be public knowledge in the law of the library, right?
Well, it is public
Then
knowledge.
it's probably a little bit between the bylaws,
Hey.
the city bylaws and the criminal code of Canada also when it comes to loitering, or whatever reason they're gonna use to move us with the police.
Okay, here's the thing. There's a non-profit society called Pivot Legal Law Society
Yeah.
downtown, okay, everybody's aware of Pivot, maybe not, okay, they exist. First step is, we go to them on the down low, and we say, look, you gotta come to the table, let's work on this, and we get a resolution, fine. If we agree to disagree, then guess what, we can make one call to Pivot, and it'll get really, really stinky. Okay, so, let's just work with them first and go like, you know, you don't go hunting chicken with an elephant gun, okay? Does that make sense? No?
You don't know what.
Who wants to go hunting elephant with a chicken, hunting chicken with an elephant gun? I do!
You don't go to.
But I don't need to pull out the big guns for little steps, right?
Already at that point.
I get that bit,
Yeah,
but,
but we're not, it's out of control.
okay.
The bylaw is not paying.
Are you on the same page as me, or are we on
I'm
different
on the
pages?
same page.
Okay.
But I gotta defend these guys. Bylaw is not, they don't even put
I
that.
get it, I get it, I get it.
It's past that time.
But we have to hold the all, let's stay with me now. As the substance user group, right, we have to hold out the olive branch, say, we're willing to come this far, you come this far.
We
If you
tried
get a
that.
solution, fine.
You just
If-
said it, you just said the
Tried that.
magic
You
word.
know, listen.
Yeah,
You don't know what you just said, but you just said the magic word.
okay, what's the magic
You
word?
said you're, as a substance, group.
Yeah.
And almost substance,
Yeah.
group.
We just have to start
That's
somewhere.
exactly what they're attacking. They're attacking your condition of.
Mental and physical health.
Preference of lifestyle.
Exactly.
They're not attacking the issue, they're attacking the privilege of lifestyle. Which is,
Okay.
I like to do my drugs, I'm a functional addict, I like to go to work, I like to come back with a home. But
Go ahead,
there is no
please, Dave.
such thing as a home. They haven't
Okay.
come up with it. They come up with the boat. You come up with the boat, they come in, that's what they come up with.
Okay,
With mine on, they took mine away. because
all
I
right,
think once
so
I-
that's,
Well, yeah, 10%.
that's only topic number one. Can we move on to a few more?
Sure.
All right, so we touched on this,
Yeah.
okay? We're all kind of, we got a few things to work on here. But that's the first
So you
one.
go to
Oh,
the
this is
store,
a
buy
big phase here.
Christmas presents,
Yes,
you come over
Yes.
and they steal them all.
believe me. See, if you come like a tidal wave, you're met with that resistance. If you come like a floodwater, before they know it, they're up to their neck in it. It's like we come very slowly, and it's like a boa constrictor, right? Before you know it, he's wrapped around you 15 times, and your eyes are gonna bug out of your head. That's how we're gonna approach it. Because if we come like a tidal wave,
Yeah.
their hair is gonna get up on their back, our hair is gonna get up on our back, everybody's gonna back in the corner like two rabid badgers, and nothing's gonna get accomplished. Does that agree?
They're gonna run around.
They got the army behind them, they have more guns.
Exactly. So what are you gonna do? We have to think smarter. We have to engage them
Shoot 'em
smarter.
first.
Shoot first. I like that one. With the elephant gun. Okay. We have topic number 2.
I gotta see where guys stand when they go somewhere and preach a tank, hang on. You live there until you
Okay.
fall out. You get a few more of your tires. And why can't you do that? They come and do here and treat you like
It's
you're
the
a
society, it's the society, so they said, it's the mayor, she wants to keep her panties on for the next party.
Yeah, she probably did the same thing in her brain.
Okay, all right.
You don't get it. The mayor's fine all of that, she's just, we're looking for a job. Looking out for.
Trying to go home and do your own job.
Okay.
All
Alright. So, okay, Freezer Health Authority. The one that's on and off sort of backed us over a period of time. Our funding ended in March of this year, March 31st, 2016. We had funding for the previous 6 months. So we had done what, Jeff? What did we do? Did we go anywhere?
We went to Botman University.
And where did we go anywhere with a group of people?
Oh, we went to Langley.
We went to Langley? What do we do there? Help people like us?
Handed out
Yeah,
supplies.
we help them get harm reduction, God materials. They don't even have a Positive Haven there, do they? Were they happy to see you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Were they happy to see you, Bill?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, eh? So you were like the,
They would have been ecstatic to see me.
they had, so here's the thing. We have an issue with an increase in overdoses. Okay, you have an increase in overdoses, right, going on. What else is going on? Are the naloxone kits still as effective as they were?
Increase of petrol,
Okay.
Maybe people are not dead
because of petrol.
No, you shouldn't.
But instead of having, you have 2 vials in the kit,
You're not wired.
and you hit them with both shots, and Buddy's still on the ground turning blue, and there's nobody else around. Yeah, so, sir, you're gonna die.
People don't even need heroin. They just drink it.
Increased fentanyl?
They don't even know
Well, in the
what
last week and a half, they've had it all in crack.
They get it OD.
There were 10 or 12 overdoses, crack overdoses.
Increased fentanyl,
Petrol in the truck.
And
W18,
Yeah.
Yeah, really, they like,
They're
cases.
not supposed to be an upper and not a down.
yeah.
Doesn't look.
what else? No gap pipes? Anybody see any gap
They only
pipes
hand,
lately?
yeah, they only hand so many out and then they say come back at 5 o'clock.
Does that still go on?
Yes. And, I mean,
So-
come on, you're not gonna wait around 5 o'clock with your dope at 11 in the morning, or 9 in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay,
Put
more,
no in the crack.
more crack. Oh shit, I can't spell crack.
No, it was so blue in the face.
It's just waste crack. is
No,
what
it was
it
so
is,
blue in the
yeah.
face because she was selling dope to a customer that comes only once a month to do a little bit of crack, like maybe 50.
Okay, more crack overdoses?
I saw a guy come with his
40
work
on the
boots
first
on,
one.
sit down, take one
That's
toke and
fucking
turn,
sweet.
go right back.
What about,
Because of the peer pressure also, they get, I don't care no more. They get high before they, like I get high because I like getting high. I don't get high because everybody else.
Right.
I get high because I love getting high.
right, okay,
You know?
fair enough.
But I'm one of the few, you know, that make it
So-
listen to their liking, you know, the high.
Oh,
As far as
so
the-
there's, how about this?
Where's-
More people less afraid of dying because,
I've been out here in Surrey for about 2.5 months now.
Yeah.
I lived in British properties before that, and I was
Yeah.
diagnosed with leukemia.
okay,
Came out here, and I've gained 25 pounds living on the street shooting dope.
well, how's that? I better go to British Properties and be your life
Yeah,
because I'm
well,
probably
the thing is that I was depressed and not feeding myself and
Oh.
in a room
Right.
alone.
Yeah.
However, I've seen people come down here in 2.5 months, go from looking pretty okay,
Yeah,
and then seeing the girl again in 2 months, and she looks
Nothing.
a lot worse.
nothing left.
Yeah, she's
So-
had my OD this many
The
times.
girl's
like-
hormones and the guy's hormones. is
Yeah,
different things.
So personal health is taking a dive quicker,
Boy, they have more overdoses,
Yeah.
of course.
but I mean, it's stronger dope, right?
Yeah, like, I know one girl, she got, she overdosed twice, and now she's got pneumonia
Yeah, it's a
because
couple
of the
dope
overdose, I
drugs.
think. If you have fluid in your lungs, you know, right? Yeah.
I know that, the short, that's short, that's short.
I mean, on
Dive
Saturdays,
quicker,
you
stronger dope.
I can't, you know.
You know, that's exactly it, you know, you said the word again. Then you made a mission to a word that nobody escapes on the time.
But
They come on the street and say, you got any dope? Sure, I'll give you some dope. Dope, you know,
Yeah.
because you see, when I go buy drugs, it's, you got any drugs that's got drugs in it, and that's dope in it? You know, because I wanna get drugs, I don't wanna get dope, you know?
right, you don't want the buff, you want the pure shit.
I want the good shit.
Right, gotcha.
So,
You had to
people
clean
buy
sober
dope
for
and they
7
go-
years, 7 months, and I'm not using no drugs.
Well, dope is
Yeah.
negative to you, that
Sorry,
word.
because I really, for drugs, I
Right,
Yeah.
welcome,
The
welcome.
word dope is
Did
negative.
you guys sign in?
Well, yeah, dope
Okay,
is
good.
negative.
Okay.
It's
All right.
it's a-
Okay, so here's the thing. So, okay, can we agree on this? So we got an increase of overdoses, it's getting like a lot of media attention.
Yeah.
Like lately, Ron's been on the phone with CBC, CTV, the province, the Surrey Now, and Global TV. So there's 5 different entities right
I
there.
saw this also Radio Canada.
Call me a conspiracy nut or something, but
Sure.
I mean, all this increased media attention on the fentanyl and the ODs
Yeah.
is gonna take away from the homeless problem, and not everybody does.
Okay, okay. All right, remember you hit on a word?
No.
You're hitting on a word.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where I'm, there it is. Here it is, kids. All right,
Everything's to do
so,
with drugs,
so
not anything
everybody's
else, not
all,
drugs.
okay, they're all bracing for Wednesday, well, for Wednesday, right? They're, the head doctor, Dr. Lee, Dr. Victoria Lee saying, we're gonna have extra staff on,
Yeah.
we're gonna have, we talked to the police, we talked to the firemen, we talked to community stakeholders, they never called us.
It's all about-
Okay, hold on, let me finish. So they're all bracing, okay? They all got their naloxone kits and they got everybody to help out for what? The result of the matter.
Not-
But let's go to the front end of the machine and see what we're putting in the machine before and it's going through the machine and now we're getting the results. So they're standing here waiting for everybody to come on the machine. Why don't you walk around the other end of the machine and say, hey, let's take another proactive look at this. What do we need in this area? We got needles all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
You know, housing,
Yeah.
that's what, you know, okay, so single ring occupancy housing in Surrey. What else you need? Safe inhalation and safe injection site, where you can come and have a supervised injection and a cool out room, just like inside. They need it right here, and I think there's a vacant lot next door if I didn't kind of Remember that, you know, like big one. You could probably put a casino in there
There
too.
used to be a full garden in there that
I know.
had
Jimmy,
to-
if you need mental health,
Okay, so here's the thing, just like inside downtown, after you leave the room when you shut up or if you're doing inhalation, right? There's medical nurses there to make sure you're okay. Now you go to the chill out room and they invite you to stay for a period of time till the dope kicks in and you don't walk out on the street in front of a bus.
Yes, right.
So, in that room they provide what? They have counseling,
Right.
they have, if you want to consider detox, they have people there. They have people that are, hey, how's your day, man? What are you gonna do today? You know, I'm gonna,
Make you feel human.
yeah, okay. And it's peer driven, right? So, you know, people understand. You know, hey man, you look a little wobbly still. Maybe you should just wait another 10 minutes before you go out. You know, and then they come, oh yeah, you look good. Way you go. Have a good day, man. See you tomorrow. Right? Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be.
Then all the stuff that you use to use dope, the harm reduction materials, would all be in one spot, like 7-Eleven, right?
We need the public.
You don't
behind
take a case of chocolate bars from 7-Eleven.
it.
You go back and you get one at a time as you need it, right? So if you had all your stuff at 7-Eleven or a safe inhalation or a safe injection site, do you think you'd need a pack full of anything if they had it open 24/7?
Yeah, you need the public behind us.
Oh, and the government, this is
And
true.
that's bad news.
We're getting there on that idea.
They're doing drugs and overdoses.
Okay, so this is the problem. We don't really know where Freezer Health is now because we haven't seen them in, see here, March, April, May, June, July, 6 months. So that's halfway through their fiscal year and they haven't even sent below. Not even an email. Okay, so this is the problem. Let's work in the solution. So what did we see? Let's go solution. So Surrey, how about Surrey solution?
Okay, well, how about, all
What do you want, guys?
all those things you just said
Okay.
would be less taxes to the general public, because it
Okay.
helps everything.
When they used to do this this video called The Fix downtown, and the mayor going at the time, he was interviewed and he says, you know what? I'm spending $500,000 a year
Yeah.
in ambulance bills that invoice me to go to the downtown east side, which is an 8-block square, okay? $500,000 a year just in ambulance calls. How much do you think that it costs 2 police officers, 2 bylaw officers, and 2 city workers to come here 4 times a day in a squad car, a pickup truck,
Millions.
and a bylaw truck?
Millions.
And I'd love to see that figure.
Millions.
I mean, 4 times a day, and for a year, what did it cost to come just to one
Yeah.
street?
Just
Or,
a drive around the block.
and
The
155A, what's your budget look like? So then we could probably build a few of these, so safe injections.
Saves money.
Put that down too for safe operators, for motor vehicle operators in the police department.
Okay, so
Because-
safe
because-
injection and safe inhalation, right? And let's think of the more important thing. Yes, it'll save money, but first and foremost, it'll save lives.
That's right.
Because you know what? You're injecting, the only thing that they don't do for you is put the dope in your arm or in your mouth, right?
Yeah.
They'll set it, help you set it all up, make sure it's well lit. You're using sterile water, proper ties, you know how you're using the syringe. And you know what? Hey,
Do you think the general
Nobody
public
else is
cares
getting
more about
involved
the lives
with
of the money?
I'll tell you what, they care about the money because they're taxpayers.
Yeah, so that's what the news needs to.
Well,
focus on.
exactly. Where do you get hit first? If someone started ripping your bank
Yeah.
machine apart and taking away your personal wealth,
Yeah.
when you can think about higher thinking is when, hey man, my bills are paid, I got food in the fridge, I have a fridge, I have a place to put a fridge, you know?
Yeah.
Okay? Right now, harm reduction is as simple as a piece of pizza, because if you came in here hungry and you had a freaking piece of pizza tonight, you know, then you're not,
So if you show
wondering where
the,
it's
if you
gonna
show the
come.
public that safe injection, saves money, they're gonna be
Well,
more
there's a
behind
pure-
us, they're more behind us than saying.
Insight has like stacks of empirical data, medical data that states that. Now here's the thing.
Saving lives is not
Okay,
less
so,
important.
alright, so, you know, so we need unlimited harm reduction or HR supplies.
But the whole purpose of this
If, you know,
is to have, people to slow down.
like, hey,
on the-
see this? This is a gas pipe right here, right?
Unbiased media,
Okay?
you know.
Who in this room would want this pipe right now?
I want.
Who else?
They do.
Who else?
Jacket put in our work.
Who else? Anybody else?
Yeah.
You could use one?
I
You could
could-
use one, you could
yeah,
use one.
I broke
Oh, hold on, I didn't say it was given to you. My pipe, man.
Like him, I'm
How do you
like,
know? This might be just like a pencil wrapped up in paper.
Who
With a
cares?
marble in
As long
it.
as they burn.
I'll smoke it. Alright, so here's the thing. So the demand exceeds the supply. I have one pipe and 3 people want it, right? So that tells me that we have to meet the supply with demand. And even if you went and resold it, and that means that somebody who didn't have one wanted to give you enough money that they could get their own pipe.
Sort of what the syringes are at now.
Yep. Like syringe, yeah. So here, 1, 2,
310
3.
people, hey, 310 people here, listen, Greg,
Very good.
310 people here, so that's 30%.
Yeah, so here you go. So there you go. So I just happen to have enough to meet the supply in this room. Now anybody else that didn't put their hand up? Too bad. But so here's the thing. Why? And then here's the thing. Okay. Out of all the harm reduction supplies that you have needles, you have ties, you have cookers, you have sterile water. Okay. Now you got a vending machine out front here that's going to sell gap pipes as soon as the new model comes in. As soon as the new one gets here, now you got to buy a pipe. You got to buy your medical supplies.
I heard we had to bring the old ones in, it goes in a weight, the exact weight. I thought we put the old one in and a new one came out. No? Didn't like it. In Europe, that's how they did it.
Okay.
They weighed it.
Now.
That's what it's.
No, I need to.
No, I know that. Okay, so here's the thing. The vending machine out there is empty, and
It's been empty since they got
well,
it.
I know. Anyways, but this isn't the only place that's supposed to be having where you have to buy a gap pipe. You go downtown, you want a lighter, you buy it for $1, right?
Yeah.
What else do you buy downtown? Anybody know?
Pipe.
Pipe?
The bike,
How much you pay for a pipe downtown?
$5.
$5 for a gap pipe?
Yeah.
How much for crack pipe?
I don't buy it.
You don't buy them?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Gap pipe.
Yeah, okay, all
I
right.
buy a.
$3? $3 for
$3,000 bike.
$3 for crack pipe downtown? Sounds about right?
Five.
A little high? A little low?
Quick roll of
$1?
Five.
Okay,
It's
free.
supposed to be
It's
free.
five and
For
service.
free.
Free, yeah.
So
It's
if you go to
supposed to
any
be
liquid
free.
location,
Fireworks,
you get a
five.
crack pipe for free.
I wasn't
It's a close.
limiting it to the lookup, which is so kindly supplying harm reduction supplies to their clientele, which is awesome.
24
Can't believe it. Amazing.
Corner stores, $3.
That is the best. They're the 100% best organization on the planet Earth. I tell you. If I knew somebody about, knew somebody,
And
I'd give a
then
big hug.
and then they
Okay, so going forward, what about storage?
How about housing? How about the subways?
Okay, well, let's see, well, yeah, okay. It actually, housing comes under, even though it's under BC housing, it comes under harm reduction. I got my own place, I don't have to freak out when I leave my bicycle somewhere, or I have a bed tonight, my God,
What about no gray area? Like one day we're allowed to have the cart, the next day we're not.
Right.
You don't know what to do and expect every day. You don't.
Okay.
The young society.
Okay, how about housing, but fast track housing, right?
Yes.
Like an express lane.
Fast track
First,
housing
like
and
transition
slow-
housing,
And slow boat incoming.
Even a transition place.
Transition.
There was a 10% chance of getting a place without a dog, and it's -10.
Okay.
If you got a dog.
So-
In the house.
Okay, so do you think, this is my theory, okay, my theory alone, right? You go back to the war, right? You have the front, you have tanks, both of them have tanks. When the air raids came, they didn't come down and bomb a whole bunch of tanks, they flew over them and bombed the fuel depots, right? That fueled the tanks, because if you got no gas in your front line, you ain't going anywhere. And then you're screwed because everybody's got gas and they just come up to you and blow your head off because you're stationary, you can only fight from one spot, right?
Push a tank on there.
So, this is our gas tank right here. These are gas depot. These are the ones that supply the gas for the medical part of SANSU. They're not here. We are running on fumes. Like I said, this here, out of my pocket. But you know what? I believe in SANSU. And same with the people that came here tonight because it says clearly, right on here, right on our poster that went out, it said, no stipend because no funding, sorry. And you're still here, so you believe in it, right? So I'm glad, thank you, alright? Okay, alright, that's enough out of that.
I'm just, you know, like, it's getting to the point where
Can I
my
read
lips,
this?
yeah, go ahead.
Oh wait, I better.
My lips are getting sore from kissing the public's ass about what they want done,
Well,
you know?
we'll get to
And
that.
it's ridiculous. I mean, we're, like you said, our gas is cut off.
And our air. And everything else that we have. Just cut off.
We're gonna cut tree there for.
Okay.
It's not getting anywhere.
Okay, SANSU solution or our wish list or whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's get into this. Okay, oh perfect, lead in right here. Okay, so this one's about the downtown. Or they call it the Downtown Surrey Business Improvement Association. And there's another one called the Wally, or Wally Community Improvement Association. Okay, so I'm just going to use that as Wally Community Improvement Association. They're the businesses around this area that get together once a month on a Wednesday morning at 7:30 in the morning over at some. Oh no, sorry, at the Legion. The downtown Surrey BIA is the bigger businesses. This is a little fraction one specific to Wally. These are the two business organizations that are putting pressure on City Hall to do something about the problem in Wally here, okay? They're businesses or politicians or businessmen trying to tackle a medical matter or a medical issue, okay? They have zero understanding and zero education surrounding this. They know how to make money selling shoes or photocopying or whatever it is, right?
What is this, the Legion you said?
Yeah, they have a, well, no, the Legion is part of this Wally Community Improvement Association, right?
But when is this, when they have their meetings?
On, what is it, the third Wednesday of the month?
Yeah.
The third Wednesday of the month at 7:30 in the morning. They're closed.
I'll be lucky if I get an invite this month.
Well,
That's what I'm inviting you.
Oh, yeah, really? Okay.
You and my friends
You remember?
okay,
to listen. First meeting.
you can go with Ron. You can go with Ron. You sure can. And we can post that because we can bring whoever we want from our organization. But here's the thing, so they have read something in an article in the States, in Baltimore. I read their article, that they want to go back to 1-for-1 exchange. You come to me with one dirty rig, and I'll give you one clean one.
We already had that, it didn't work.
I know that. We've gone from like 1-for-1 exchange to distribution, which we've proven to work better. So here you got a business organization trying to think that they're trying to fix it by cleaning up the needles all over the place by going 1-for-1, which is in a medical model is proven disastrous. It's draconian. It's old school. It doesn't work. Okay. So
People are gonna wash their own rigs and then.
well, yeah. So yeah, exactly. And then you're just going to have problems. So that's that bit. Okay. Just trying to do the bits.
You're always given some leeway with that.
Yeah.
It depends on how many.
So here's the
free
thing.
ones you got a month.
These guys, I'll give you a heads up. My cousin was the head of Parks and Recreation for Port Coquitlam. Okay, and there was a local 7-Eleven and a McDonald's and a couple of little stores in the area that had a bunch of kids just hanging around. And it was bad for business, you know. They were just hanging around, driving other people away, cussing and swearing, just doing kid stuff. They were kids, normal kids, right? So, and they had an improvement association, and my cousin went to this. So she said, well, they just need stuff to do. So she went around on her own time on a weekend, and she raised, by asking them, would you be willing to contribute an amount of money if we were to remove these kids from in front of your business? and every one of them started stroking checks. You know what she raised in one weekend? $34,000 bucks.
Wow.
You know what those kids went? They went skiing at fun. They went all over the place, right? So these guys here deem it a problem for their business. You hear it all the time. Before they open their business in the morning, they have to sweep the needles up from in front of their business. They have to clean up the person that's sleeping in front of their doorway. They have to clean the shit and piss and vomit and everything else that's in front of their business, right? Every day. It's daunting for them. It's depressing. And you know what? There's no washroom around here, so where do you want me to go? Hello, sorry guy, I have to go.
It's also separated.
So anyways, all I'm saying is that we want to work with these guys too, because I think that they would be part of the solution for.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think that they would stroke a check for some of this, or part of it,
Yeah.
or at least put their name on it? That we advocate for the idea that BC Housing start getting some transitional housing here in Surrey, and that's what we want from housing. They fast track housing. You know, hey, you got 10 storage units. Let's build 500 of them. You know, on 3 different sites.
How many they build out there anyway? 25?
I don't know.
To 30? That's not enough.
Well, we got that bit. But you know what? Here's the thing. That's a start, and nobody else started.
You watch the fights,
Right?
fights are going to happen all around those things when you start getting people sharing.
Oh, we got it. We understand there's going to be complications. And remember, supply and demand, right? I had one pipe, 3 people wanted them.
Yeah.
We have 25 lockers, and you got 500 people that want them. So now you're trying to meet the demand. But guess what? You have to start somewhere.
You're right.
So let's kudos to that, right? Okay, so that's the third topic. Okay, we talked about overdoses, and we talked. Okay, now here's something about the overdose. Okay, so let's talk about. Okay, let's talk about overdoses.
I heard that.
It's too comfortable. I know you guys sit on the exit. We still good. Something in the lump here. Yeah, it's in the way.
You guys
County.
need a moment to relax?
Okay, so overdoses. Naloxone kits are becoming ineffective with the strength of the dope, right? Originally, naloxone was what? Designed for what? Heroin.
Right.
Straight up heroin, you know? 100%, well maybe not 100%, but you know, 80% heroin or 70% heroin, whatever you're getting in.
That's more.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 not 10 times this. So when they designed it, they gave 2 ampules in a kit, okay?
Yeah.
You hit them once, you just wait, and you know, ready come a bit, and if you hit them twice, 99% of the time they come back, right? Come on.
Yeah.
So now you got dope that it's being mixed in that's 100 to 1,000 times stronger.
That comes back 90 minutes.
So now you might as well just shoot Kool-Aid into me, because that's about the same effect, right? You might as well shoot me full of Kool-Aid. So the provincial health authority, the director, the head doctor, I don't remember his name, but anyways, he was saying the same thing, that they're having to relook at this because of the fact that naloxone is becoming ineffective, and that's his words, not mine. So when it's becoming ineffective, then why bother? I mean, it's a help, but it's like, you know, trying to empty the ocean with a teaspoon. Really?
It's no fact with how quick it's introduced to the body should also the antidote be introduced. So if you're doing an IV and also you smoke it, it's going right directly to the blood, muscular.
Yeah.
It's not as strong. Some of the drug gets lost in the tissues.
Yep, for
It
sure.
doesn't go in right
So they
away.
got to design it that way, don't they? They have
Because
to
they can't expect people to maybe be able to mainline person.
So-
like the ambulance did on me.
So read, whoops, excuse me, the gentleman on the phone over there? Excuse me, Digger, can you take it outside? Redesign,
Yeah.
right, back to the drawing board.
I know they're coming out with a syringe now that has built-in, what do you do for the pregnancy? What's that called? Ultrasound.
Okay. So this one will have to go up the hill to the provincial health authority, like what you're giving it. Like, okay, Alright, so, you know the old movie, was it The Untouchables? You know, brings a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah.
Here I stand with a pencil, and I'm gonna take on the world. I'm gonna take on the world with a pencil. So, okay, so with that there, so how about new kits? That's on our list. New kits to meet need.
And some new rule as far as the replacement, I can't run that fast. Now, if someone's running past where I'm sitting and says, you have people yelling at Narcan, and I hand them the kit and they go by with it,
Yeah.
they're in their mind, not thinking about saving their friend, they're not gonna bring the kit back till I get the number. So I can't get another kit without that number. I have to go talk to somebody, and they
Right.
need 3 days. There has to be a way to get new kits quicker. Without having to do all that.
I was just thinking of carrying around 4 different ones at a time.
So redesign kit deployment system. You know how you get your re-up,
That's right.
right? Re-up, 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 re-up your kit, right? Okay, so all right, so that's pretty much covers the our wish list is getting bigger. I'll tell you that much. That's awesome. Okay, all right, so
But they're not even funding us for these meetings. What makes you think they're gonna give us kits?
I mean like.
Yeah, they won't even fund the meeting, so why would they give us kits?
Well, how about in a perfect world that one day the potpourri Prairie's gonna come by, and Purple Monkey's gonna fly to your butt, and everything's gonna be good again, and the kits will be reintroduced and stronger ones, and there'll be funding, and na. With the amount of media attention right now,
Yeah.
Surrey is probably the hottest spot in Western Canada for overdoses and detention right now for, you know, I mean, and another likely spot, downtown east side. Why isn't it like, I mean, it's been like, this is hotter than downtown east side right now.
We're popular.
For a population,
I
yeah.
was under the impression that we can get kits sometime. I was just given 2 the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So, are people having a problem getting them?
you just said
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You just told me
Well,
about the number.
Yeah.
yeah, about that, the number, but
Yes.
if I would have had the number, they would have handed me one right away.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Okay.
if you don't have the number, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So, right, so
Okay.
this needs to be addressed that, and I'm telling you, you know, they gotta say, look up my name, here's my standing account number, and say, okay, I used this on Johnny and da-da-da, and such as a date, best of my knowledge, it was at 3 a.m., I was in such and such a block, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here you go.
But
There's
I
gotta be some trust
I
in
also
there.
heard that they actually ran out of kits to give out, and the only ones they had were at the front room for the staff to use for a little while too.
I can't answer that.
I don't know.
Can't answer,
But they have to-
I can't answer that.
Well, what I heard is that people have tried to get kits from the front room.
Yeah.
They're sent over there to pick up the kits, and they're refused kits.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
we
seemed
were,
like,
Okay, well,
seemed like the front room didn't wanna hand them out
That's
to
right, yeah.
everybody, just the front room was gonna look after the,
Yeah.
this was real recent, came back
Yeah.
down to Bill, so it's getting pretty fucking important.
Yeah, that's like.
okay, so, I'm sure,
So,
Megan, that's
I,
like
I
last
can't,
week.
I can't comment, as I don't
Yeah, I
know,
know.
but
well, we looked
you
into
can
it.
describe the situation, I can ensure that the right people get that information.
Yeah, I know,
So
and
can
I'm
you
not
tell me what
blaming it on
happened?
anybody.
No, but can you tell me what
We
happened?
just need to
I
fix
just
it.
felt sort of bad saying that in front of you, Megan, and you and I go back a lot. I remember you grabbed me maybe a year and taking me out of Dent City.
Can I have a kit? No, we don't have any available.
So, we've known each other a while, I'm most of the time fair. So what happened?
These guys were going and trying to get kids sent over there to get kids.
From here?
And the front room would not give them out these kids.
So you were
Because
at health service?
It seemed like just the front room staff were the only ones to run out and guard people.
So,
We wanna break some up to the shack, 3, 4 people, we have one each go to wherever, no, we don't
Yeah,
have.
they weren't getting them.
okay, so you started out here in health services?
Not me, I quit doing it.
No, just
Those
just
people,
the,
those
the,
people.
they, you know, the
In
mythical
general,
they
in
people.
general,
So they start out here, they get told to go to the front room
Yeah.
says kick her
These
off.
guys right here probably were a couple of them. sent
So,
over there
and
not
this,
allowed to get
what
them.
time of day is this?
During the day and even in the evening.
Anytime.
Yeah, anytime, they just wanna get me.
They come from the shop, they go
Every
down
morning,
there,
yeah.
they say, can we get?
I hear it all the time,
No,
Megan.
they don't have any. I've gone
They
in there
go
and
to
said,
the
no, we
front
don't have
room to
any.
get kits and they refuse kits because they're not qualified to use.
Whatever.
Because, and they're not, the staff members aren't qualified to see if we're qualified.
Yeah, right. So, there was,
Because there's a few questions you
It
can answer
wasn't
to see if
good.
you've been trained
it was
without the
not-
number.
people died because of that,
So, again, I can't comment.
And you do get the number, if someone's not there to take that number, then you can't get one anyway.
Okay, what the hell with this? We'll get back to that one.
Let me,
Megan,
let-
Megan will look after it.
Yeah, let her get it.
I'll tell you, she'll look after it.
She will.
I know her.
Look after
I know
that.
she will.
It'll be addressed,
She's
I'm
got-
sure of it.
She's got my vote. She knows.
Look at that big smile.
She knows
There's
I know
fangs
you.
in the back there, watch out.
I'm telling you, she'll look after it.
Alright, I think we're getting down there, kids. We're almost done. Okay, alright. Last one, or second to last one, we can tie them both together. Okay?
Who does the bylaw people answer to?
City manager, answers
And who do
to,
they answer to?
the city manager answers to mayor and council.
And who's the mayor answer to? Us.
Good point. If there's enough of us to make a stink, that's why SANSU is formed. So if you go up there and stink on your own, you gotta fart like this.
That's right.
If you go up there with SANSU and start stinking, it sounds like this.
And if you
Get
got
the difference?
You got every drug user in Surrey behind SANSU, you got one that is heard around the world.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, okay, what was it? Okay, okay. So, all right, so social, let's just touch on it. Social planning department.
Maybe that's the day we're talking about. People that say that we weren't.
Okay.
you know.
That's
Okay, social planning department of City of Surrey plans bylaw. They tell them they're the quarterbacks, okay, and they tell them what they have to do, okay. The city bylaw are the stormtroopers of the City of Surrey who enforce the bylaws of the city. Got it?
So if anybody
So-
did say to be unfriendly, they would have?
So, well, not necessarily.
Okay.
It could be anybody, man. You know, it could be a middle manager. Yeah, you found a kid for us, right? Even though his boss says, be nice.
Okay.
So we don't know where the disconnect is, so we gotta be fair, right? So we have to work with them and say, what you're doing now is not working. Obviously, the bill, okay, to deal with it is not going down, it's going up like this. Okay, so would you not want to listen now? Like last year we did a series of you know, social, you know, planning, drug use, and, you know, broken families, all right? So, and they came because it was sold out. All 7 seminars sold out, but I feel that they came for curiosity. We're going to do this again. Okay, and that's the last little bit. We're going to do this again. I've already talked to Mark Hayden. We're going to do a 7-series seminar at SFU. I'm just waiting for the call back from Stephen Dooley, who's the executive director of the Surrey campus. Now they're going to come because of desperation. Because guess what? While they've been fiddle farting around, okay, excuse my drawings, guys. Excuse my drawings. SANSU has been building an ark. Okay? Alright, everybody talks about the elephant in the living room, but nobody talks to the elephant. We are the elephant. We're, you know, if we help clean up this matter where you can have a safe injection, everybody's happy, business is good, people aren't sleeping in their doors because they own shelter, they got a place to put their stuff, they got their own place. Guess what? They go over here, they get their meal, they go over here to shoot dope, they have a happy day, they're high, everybody's good, their businessmen are doing well because they, you know, they don't have the problems every morning and people feel more apt to come here.
They don't smell like piss everywhere?
Exactly, you wash the streets and they don't smell like pissing around, they can put down plants and they grow and,
Yeah.
you know, and all that stuff, right? So here's the thing. So we've been building an ark. And now they're gonna come, remember when Noah built the ark and no one really gave a shit until the rains came? Everybody remember that story of the Bible?
Yeah.
Not that I'm religious, but I just remember the part where, let us in, Noah, let us in, Noah. And he goes, sorry man, it's full of animals,
Yeah.
you know? Right? So does everybody remember that bit? It's the same deal. So I think there's gonna be a little more intensity this time for this. So the funding, which we have zero, we have to come up with some money. So I'm gonna beg, borrow, steal like I did last time, and I'm gonna come up with a few $1,000s to do this. And that's what's gonna happen. So,
This, you're saying this, the money, the costs are going down, right? Or
no, costs are going up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you think you wanna listen when I
No.
keep taking $20 bills out of your
Okay,
wallet?
so if their costs go up,
Yeah,
in cost, that would mean that the only solution they have to keep those costs being taken care of would be to raise the taxes of these businesses around here. Now, these businesses wanna make money.
Ding!
These businesses wanna make money, and that's the reason they don't want the mess. Because they
exactly,
gotta make
because
money.
they're getting taxed.
So the
I
tax
said,
ones
you're
go
telling
up.
me I can pay taxes, yet you leave this
So
in
they're
front of
gonna
my
lose
doorway?
money.
They can't afford to do business here,
Even
it's
if
gonna be
they,
a ghost town.
even if they push us out of here,
It's gonna
they're
be-
gonna lose money because the taxes are gonna go up.
It's
by
gonna be a
50%.
ghost town, the property tax will be so high.
So there's be a different solution for these businessmen to do that.
Yeah,
And you have to explain
Oh,
to their
man.
thick skull.
you're gonna get a,
Ding.
You gotta have someone get through their
There you
thick
go.
skull in a way
big freaking
that they
star,
won't
head of the
listen.
class.
And so the delivery has gotta be the way you gotta do it, a
Yeah,
certain way,
so,
right?
okay, so, alright, so
Yeah.
with safe inhalation, safe injection site,
Yeah.
the needle collection practices, I think what's out there right now is it's a joke.
Yes.
It is something, so it's not a big joke, okay? It just, for the area, it's under, like, how about this, supply and demand, right? We just did that. I have one pipe, 3 people, right? I have one box and I have 500 people who want to put a rig in it. Those boxes fill up faster than I can fill up my tank of gas. And they're not big enough, and there's not enough of them. There should be more. They should be spread out. If I was a business, say, you know what? Hey, put one in front of my place. You know, so at least I know that I don't have to pick them up in front of my business. That they're, you know, there's right there. Throw them in. You know.
When you
So
start-
I guess who gets to probably we could have SANSU a peer program where we go around and we'll pick them up. I mean,
Yes.
we'll take another person in a van and a bunch of peers and pay a stipend, and you go out there under the key and take a big out yellow blue bin full of needles and put it in the back, and then instead of coming here, take it to
Medical waste, medical waste.
throw them in. You know, throw them in, because that's how, if there was enough collected property, that's probably what kind of scale you'd be at.
I don't know what it is on YouTube, site it is on YouTube. There's a thing on YouTube about Europe, I don't know if it's in, Amsterdam or Sweden. They have every single syringe laser inscribed with a serial number.
Yeah.
And what happens is you get 50 cents for every needle you put into these machines. There's not a needle on the ground.
Yeah.
And the thing is why doesn't anybody just get 1,000 of them, go like that? Because they're laser inscribed.
Yeah.
You can't put them in one after another that quick.
Right.
In sequence out of the same box.
Oh.
So it makes it like you can't do that. You
Alright,
really have
so
to
at
find
random
them
sequencing.
randomly.
Oh, there you
And
go.
they get 50 cents, if a ticket comes out, and at the end of the next day, you bring that in there, and there's not one dirty needle in that whole needle park
Awesome.
in Europe.
Yeah.
And they're putting up more machines as we speak, and I don't know what it.
I tried to bring that up at the
That's the
Business
needle.
Association.
And
group.
I don't know who that is, it's
It was in
between
there.
Okay.
the company that
They
makes
do
the
it
needles.
first bar,
Okay,
they bury the pills over
Okay,
there.
The
so
company made the needles, I can't remember who it was.
the last thing.
They burn the-
Okay, the last thing was, okay, last year we did this series seminar. We've asked the guest speaker, Mark Hayden, who ran addiction services for Vancouver Coastal Health for years. The guy's a super huge advocate for harm reduction. He's a global speaker, happens to live in Vancouver. So he did this before, and everybody's had a really good understanding of the whole process, not just like, here's a substance user and here's the problem. It's like, how did it get to be there? How do you deal with it? Why, you know, no one put up their kid, hey man, I don't want to be a junkie when I grow up, right? You know, like, I want to be a fireman. No, you're going to be a cop. No, you're going to be an airplane cop. No, you can do whatever you want, okay? So he's come back to Ron. I haven't seen the email, but he said absolutely on a was it Tuesday or Wednesday? He said.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, so
whatever day.
we got the speaker to Fraser Health or sorry SFU to see if we can get the room. So we'll get a room, and then so then we just need a boatload of money to do it. So no, will be one of their lecture halls. So it'll be like lecture room 5 or whatever. on a Tuesday night, and it's normally 2 hours, from 6 to 8 o'clock.
Surrey Central? Ken?
Yeah, not the one.
Yeah, no, not that one.
Yeah, so you have to take 5 buses
No,
and
there's a new
a
one
sure
being
by a
built.
goat in a mountain.
No, there's another one being built, I was just asking.
Yeah, no, okay, and then there's just some comments, like SANSU has a Facebook page, if you're unaware of it, if you can get to the public library, if you have access.
Yeah.
Look up SANSU on Facebook, cause there's some articles and stuff and some comments and other things that are going on. The only other way that I can get information to you people, or to you, is that you can see, here's the thing, another note, this room never puts this poster up. This room never puts this poster up. It never gets up. I'm here Thursday night, and every other 2 rooms, Positive Haven, front room, always. This room, never. Okay? So, this poster, this is what it looks like. Okay? And if you're looking for information, or the next meeting or whatever, we try and have them, we've been trying to have them every 2 weeks. And I'm going to try and continue that frequency because of what's going on. But, you know, like I said, it's on my dime. If I said no stipend, but you know what? Show up anyway. There's pizza, and I happen to have a couple bucks on me, right? So guess what? That's the end of the meeting. In case you want to add anything, please, this is the time to bark, speak rough. You know, but what we do at the end of every SANSU meeting is that we circle, we take our headgear off, and we just take a moment of silence to remember the people who paid the ultimate price. And if you feel that you want to shout out their name, you know, fine. I have a few people that have died, and you know, yeah, absolutely. So we'll take that moment now.